Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something that was actually requested. Yeah, I got a request. This video is going to be 10 brutally honest and effective tips to getting straight A's in high school. Yes, surprisingly, I was a straight A student in high school. I worked my butt off for it, and I just wanted to come on here and share with you 10 of these tips. Guys, these tips are unique, to say the least, and they worked for me. And so for people who are not really sure where to even start or just are very confused about their career in high school, I'm here to help you out. Disclaimer, these are my personal experiences. So everyone's high school academics or the class that they take are all going to be different. So please take what I say with a grain of salt, please, because these tips are not necessarily going to work for everybody. And these are only going to apply for high schoolers because I am not in college. I just graduated high school. So this will mostly apply for high school, but it also could apply for college. Maybe if you're watching this and you're in college. I'm just about entering college, so I know that my routine's probably going to change, but this is just what worked for me, and I really hope that you enjoy. Tip number 1 is to plan. Guys, I cannot stress this enough, but my entire high school career, I had a planner. The planner should be used to map out your daily tasks or your responsibilities or obligations or things that you need to complete during that day. Allow yourself a week to prepare for bigger assignments such as big tests, quizzes, or big projects or assignments, things like that. If you know it's coming up, do not push it until the very end. I know a lot of people can actually work under pressure, but regardless, even if you can work under pressure, it's best that you plan for that time that you're going to be working under pressures. Planning out for those times that you will be stressed out is actually very important as well. I know that a lot of people don't really talk about this, but personally for me, I can't work under pressure. Therefore, having a planner was so beneficial to me because I was able to dedicate and also plan out everything that I had to complete for this bigger assignment and do well on it. So having a planner is very, very important. Tip number 2 is procrastination is okay. And I know that a lot of people are like, don't procrastinate, be productive. No, I get that. No, that's completely valid. Being productive is obviously the end goal, but procrastination exists for a reason. Our bodies can only take so much work. Like we only have so much energy to do a certain number of tasks. At a certain point, we're going to burn out. And procrastination only exists because we burn out. And I think that it's very important that we set aside time specifically for procrastination. You should plan out certain blocks of time within your day that you will be procrastinating. For example, the best way to spend this procrastination time is maybe to even meditate, like go out on a walk with friends, or, go out and walk by yourself, go listen to some podcast, do something that will actually, let you take a break. Tip number 3 is to set blocks of time for different types of assignments or different subjects. For example, I would spend 2 hours studying for an AP environmental science test, and then I would spend 40 minutes on a homework assignment, or I would spend 1 hour 30 for an English reading assignment. You need to set those blocks of time aside specifically for different assignments so that you know, oh, during this time I'm going to be working specifically on this. By doing that, you will be able to time manage so well, guys. I'm telling you, time blocking is like schedule blocking. I don't know, it's called like subject studying blocking. I don't know. Doing that is going to be so beneficial for you in your high school career because you have so many things that you need to juggle, and in the end, it's only going to be beneficial that you set specific time aside for different tasks. Tip number 4 is at the beginning of the year, kind of get an idea for how your teacher grades the class. See how important participation in class is. See how important homeworks are. See how important the final exam is. By being able to kind of get an idea for the overall class and how the overall grade is calculated, you will be able to kind of plan ahead and keep that in the back of your mind as you progress throughout the class or throughout the course. You'll get a better understanding of how different aspects of the class are going to be overall weighted within your grade. Example, my math class in high school, AP Calc AB, each homework assignment was about 10 points. And sometimes a lot of people wouldn't do it, but they would still get good grades. Do you know why? Because 10 points is literally nothing. It's literally nothing. They would spend their crucial and important time studying for bigger things, such as bigger tests within the class or bigger quizzes. Therefore, their grade will still be maintained at a certain level, but they don't have to put in as much effort. Like spending 40 minutes on a math homework assignment does not seem like a very good use of your time. So therefore, you kind of need to get an idea for what is important and what you can kind of lay back on. Tip number 5 is to keep track of your grades. I know a lot of people don't like to talk about this one, but for me, this is one of the most beneficial things that I did during my high school career was asking my teachers maybe once a month, maybe every 2 months, asking them what my grade is within the class. Even if your teachers don't display it necessarily, ask them in private, send them an email, ask them what your percentage is in that class at that time. Doing this will actually help you plan for those bigger assignments or big tests or quizzes by being able to keep those percentages or those grades in the back of your head. You kind of get an idea for where you stand in the class, how much effort you need to put in to maintain or improve your grade within the class. And it also helps you stress less about, what the outcome of your grade is going to be. You're not going to be in the dark. The goal is to not be obsessed over it, but just to keep it in the back of your mind so that you stay motivated through that idea of where you're standing in the class. Tip number 6 is to foster good relationships with your teachers and participate in class. You should talk regularly in class, regardless of if you know much about the subject or not, because your teacher will see that effort that you're putting in. You might be talking literal bullshit, like literal bullshit might be spewing out of your mouth, but your teacher will see that you're, putting in the effort. You're showing passion for the class, you're showing passion for the material, since you are like actively talking, actively participating, actively being engaged. They're going to see that and they're going to love that because teachers love students who are dedicated to their class. Tip number 7 is your sleeping schedule. I cannot stress this enough, and I know that a lot of high school students just don't give a shit about this, but for me, having a good sleeping schedule was so crucial to my success in high school. I would go to sleep at latest 11, maybe 12 if I had a big assignment coming up. And I would wake up at around 7 or 8. No, it's 7 to 7:30. And so therefore I had a good 8 to 9 to almost 10 hours of sleep some days if I slept earlier. Having a good sleeping schedule will dramatically change your entire mood during the day, and it will change your entire outlook for the day. Therefore, you will perform much better at you're going to be performing at your prime state, and therefore having a good sleeping schedule is so crucial for success in high school. I know it's repetitive and people keep on saying have a good sleeping schedule, yada yada yada, but I'm telling you that they're saying it for a reason, because it dramatically changes everything. And speaking of sleeping schedule, this is kind of like a good gateway into step 8 or tip number 8, which is instead of sleeping late to finish work, wake up early. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, what the are you talking about? But I'm telling you, this is so important. This was super helpful to me in my high school career, which was to sleep earlier. So I would go to sleep at 10, maybe 9:30, and I would wake up maybe at 5 or 6, 5:30. You might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I would do that, and therefore I would be able to kind of review everything that I need to review for that big test on that day, and everything's fresh in my mind. I wake up, I'm in a good mood, and then I review, and therefore when I go into the test that day, a few hours later, everything's still fresh in my mind. And therefore, I think that that's a lot of mistake that students make, is going to sleep at 3 a.m. and then waking up groggy, tired, and performing horribly. Instead, you can just go to sleep early, wake up, and review those last types of things that you need to review, and then go into the test feeling prepared, feeling motivated, and feeling ready. In order for this to work, you need to go to sleep early. Tip number 9, and this is a controversial one, but it's comparing yourself to others. I know a lot of people are like, don't compare yourself to others. Everyone's on their own path. Everyone's unique and different. Yes, I get that. But if you want to succeed in high school, personally, for me, I used competition and comparison in a way that actually motivated me to do better and I put myself up on a higher standard by using others as a role model or as a standard. I knew that I needed to work harder, I knew where I was standing, and I knew how much harder I needed to work to get to wherever these other people were. And in a sense, that really helped me. And it was like a kind of a wake-up call for me, which a lot of people don't talk about. How comparison can actually be beneficial, which is kind of strange that people don't talk about this because they're being competitive and they're trying to hide the tips. However, this is a disclaimer. I recommend acknowledging whether or not comparing yourself to others is going to be healthy for your mental and academic health. And if you don't think it is, then don't do it. But if you think it might actually be beneficial, then do it. You know, it might actually work for you. Okay, and the final tip is to start. No, guys, starting is the first step into academic success, because a lot of people, they watch these YouTube videos. I used to do this all the time. I used to just like watch YouTube videos and never actually put any of the tips that I was given into action. I would never incorporate them into my daily life. I would never incorporate them into my academic system or productivity system. However, starting is the most important part. So I want you to click out of this video if you have something to do right now. If you can start something right now, do it. Click out of this video, I don't care. Start being productive, and I know you can do it. So that was my video of 10 brutally honest and unique yet effective tips for studying and getting straight A's in high school. If you're just about to begin high school and you're nervous or you are in high school and you're about to go into your second, third, or fourth year of high school and you just watched my video, I hope that this helped you in some way. I know that my tips are not necessarily conventional. I used a lot of different and weird tactics to succeed in high school, but I'm telling you from someone who somehow, for some weird reason that the universe allowed, got straight A's in high school. I really hope that this can be beneficial to you and you can incorporate some of these tips into your high school and academic career. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please let me know down in the comments, like the video if this was fun, and please subscribe if you want to see more of me for some odd reason. Yeah, and so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.